yourself and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. Blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica. Sup? I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is all about being a big fish in a small pond, or outgrowing your life, outgrowing your past. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. So what do we do here? I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. You just relax. You can participate in the healing. You can fall asleep, or you can just set this time aside to take care of yourself, have self-care practice. soul needed to live out a greater purpose, a purpose that would align who I actually was. You know, I'm a very spiritual person. I also love mysticism and things like that. I told you before, in school I majored in religious studies, and I've always just been intrigued by how we as a species understand the divine. And that led into energy healing and learning about that and continuing to expand all the other modalities that I know. And I just, love this esoteric wellness space. But for a long time and for many years, I had to do that on my own. I was that friend that you asked to read your natal chart because you didn't know anyone else who could do that. I was that friend who we could talk about, these different lineages and then these different traditions without the fear of like, oh, you got to put it through the lens of this religion or that religion. I looked at it through the lens of history, sociology, anthropology, that kind of perspective. And I realized that doing that gave a lot of people healing and opened them to the possibility that the universe, God, or whatever it is you believe in, that's your business, okay, is here for our greatest good. Not just here to punish, not just here for, whatever, like we're all here, and whatever your understanding is fine too, We're all here to live out this greatest good, this growth. And growth means sometimes you gotta be put in bigger positions that you feel uncomfortable to maybe step up to the plate to do, but you can do. And I will say in life, some of the most miraculous times in your life typically are when you're forced to have to figure something out that you have no clue how to figure it out. But you're in a situation where your back is against the wall, you're like, I'm gonna do this. And then you turn around and realize, like, dang, that was in me. Now, those are the years in the past. You do not have to live in a heightened state of anxiety to think that whenever something good or great is going to happen in your life, it has to be that, dramatic. No, now you get to live from the wisdom. Hey, I think the universe is telling me it's time to go. It's time to go in this direction. And you start taking steps instead of the universe having to like kick you in your butt to get over there. And that means you gotta leave the jobs that are not fulfilling you, surrounding yourself by the people that aren't, going in the same vibration, or their, priorities are different, or even how you approach your own healing, your own health, prioritizing your health, being mindful of what you eat, what you are bringing into your body, energy, hearing, the type of media that you consume, type of people you surround yourself with, and even growing your dreams and goals. Allow them to be bigger, allow them to be goals that have to do with you rather than goals that have to do with what someone told you you should aspire to. All of that stuff comes into play. And so when you get to this point in your life where you're ready to move forward, and it does not have to be that trauma that it was before, it could be in love too. You're ready to move forward, you're ready to let that old stuff go. Then do not feel bad to move forward. Trust that that same power you had within you when your back was against the wall will still be there when you have a floor under you and you can just clearly walk in the direction that you want to walk in. You are co-creating this life. I say this all the time. The best and most loving partnership you'll ever be in is with the universe. And it is an equal partnership. The universe says, tell me what you want. Go get it and I will make it happen. The universe is not like, okay, I'm going to tell you what to do. And, you got to follow all of this, and that. It's not that. It's not this weird power dynamic thing, okay, that always has something above someone else. No, it's an even playing field. The universe is like, hey, you, like everybody else, has access to this. You tell me what you want, you go get it, and I'll make sure it happens. Boom. You just go in that direction, and you got to work on it. It's not easy. You got to learn stuff you don't know. You got to be able to be adaptable and things like that. Okay. So all of that happens, but it's hard. It's hard at first to take the first some of these goals that you had in the past did not come true because they were not big enough. I'm going to say it again. Some of these goals did not come true in the past because they were not big enough. They may have been big to you. For you at that time, that's what would have given you what you wanted. But there is a bigger plan for you. There is something, greater out there for you to accomplish. So the universe will not let you sell yourself short. And the universe is just at the end of the day a representation of you. Because we are all that, we are all of the universe. We all equally have the opportunity to work with the universe to go in whatever direction we want to go into. But so many people refuse to be in power with their relationship with the universe, God, source, whatever you feel comfortable with. And also, when you go on this journey, this path, and you want to have religion, spiritual wisdom traditions to help you along the way, it is okay to choose whatever tradition you want to choose that aligns with what is lighting your soul up. There's no requirement, I believe. Anyway, there's no requirement. You got to be this faith or that faith in order to get to where you need to go. The universe is saying, look, baby, you got all of these options out here. Choose whichever ones, or multiple, or whatever you do. Choose whichever ones are best for you, that aligns your spirit, that is authentic. Not you're trying to play a part, you're trying to look a part, but it's best for you. And go about getting to your business of what you need to do. So, opening you up here, it is time to walk into this next chapter, into this next level. And no matter how old or young you are, the mind is going to change. The mind is going to shift. And I always like to think that as we expand, we walk into more compassion, but we have stronger boundaries. Let me rewind that. We have more compassion, we're more understanding. Ain't nobody trying to control nobody, ain't nobody gonna let somebody control them. But we also have stern boundaries, like, hey, you know what? I see you're doing the best you're doing, and that's good enough. Just keep trying and don't give up. exposed to environments in which people, because they love someone, or because they love something, or they feel a loyalty to something, they will sabotage their possibilities because they want that person, that situation, that group to come with them, and they could not. You came into this life by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself. We need community together, but you got to keep going, because there's so many people out here who want to love you, who you have not met yet on multiple levels. There's so many lives that you are going to enhance and change and work with and partner in. There's so many ways that people will do the same for you. But it's time to leave. The pond is too small. And it's time to step into this bigger thing. So take a deep breath in. I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Exhale. And do it on your own. With each breath that you take, step more into your power. Give yourself a greater sense of permission. This is what I want, and I'm going to go do it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You got this. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed our session today. And know that it is okay to outgrow your life. It's okay to move on. And that there's so much more waiting for you on that next space. You got this. Do not give up. You've been doing great work. You've been doing hard work. So it's your time to shine. There is no obstacle or no situation or no challenge that you will be presented with that will be harder than the things that you've already, overcome. But this time it's for your growth. This time it's for you are in control and you are steering the ship here. So it's time for you to walk into what you want to and co-create that life. Okay, babies. I forgot to say it. Welcome all my new babies. And welcome back on my returning babies. Mama loves you. Sorry, my bad. Bye. If no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it to you. I love you, but who cares that I love you? The only thing that matters is that you love you. You gotta love yourself a little bit more each and every day. When you love yourself, you respect yourself, you show up in the space,